Okay, I don't know if that's going to be a 2-track deal. I don't know if it's going to be a thing where you're going to be able to go into the studio and revamp that. Only time and hopefully E3 is going to be able to answer those questions, okay? So, now as far as the instruments go, from what I know, okay, the Gibsons that you have now, from what I've read and what Activision has stated, is going to work currently with GH4. That is subject to change, okay, because where I got that from was from an article that said Activision said that. I haven't read any official things from Activision saying that, but as we know, Activision is coming out with a brand new guitar for GH4, and one of the rumors going around is that it's going to have 10 fret buttons, just like the Fender, but the extra 5 buttons are going to be touch sensitive. I haven't seen that yet. If you go to GuitarHero.com, it still says picture coming soon. I'm looking for that to break also at E3. Okay, so DLC for both games are going to cross over and be compatible. I think this is going to be an easier task for Rock Band because they've already been doing the drums, the bass, the guitar, and the singing since this game ever came out. Guitar Heroes 4, I think they have some work. Okay, if they're going to make it available to where they all do that. Now, let's get on with the future. Since they're both doing that, let me backtrack. The other question that I received was, I hope that they would make it compatible with Rock Band. Get that out y'all's minds. Okay, Activision from day one has always been hell-bent on the fact that they didn't want nothing to work with Rock Band. Personally, myself, I think that's selfish. Rock Band, when Harmonix came with Rock Band, Harmonix announced and released that all of their peripherals, they would love to have work with Guitar Hero, but that was up to Activision. So I'm going to clear this up right now. Activision, if you already don't know this, shut the door on Harmonix. To the point that if you even have your Fender plugged in and don't know it, and you load up the Guitar Hero's game, it stops the game when it gets to the loading screen and says that you have a non-GH controller in there. Please plug a proper GH controller in there. Okay. However, Harmonix did make certain that the Gibsons and the Explorers all worked at Rock Band. I think it would be smart. If Activision is listening to me right now, I think it would be smart if they would make it work with Rock Band. For one, I personally feel their sales is going to go up because no one feels like they have to go buy extra equipment to play the game. And it even might make your peripheral sales go up a little bit because once they know that the stuff does work, they may be more inclined to want to try out your stuff. Okay? So, the other thing is I kept saying on my forums that there is one mistake that I saw that I think is going to be huge that Guitar Hero 4 is going to have in it that Activision made. And here it is. If you go to GuitarHero.com, there's a 3D picture that you can blow up of the drum set. You can spin this drum set around in a 360-degree angle. If you look at the very back of the drum kit, it looks like that the cord from the pedal, the bass pedal, is actually permanently built into this drum kit. If what I saw was accurate, that is a huge, huge, huge mistake on Activision's part for several reasons. I'm going to give them to you. One, if the pedal breaks, which they say they have the superior set, we can do that in a minute, but if the pedal breaks, your whole drum set has to go back. You can't just unplug the drum set and move it. Second of all, if you have a rock pedal, an Omega, a Destroyer, and you like using that, you can't use it with this kit. Which I think is another thing that they did, barring you from using anything Rock Band related with their kit. Huge mistake. Because now I'm used to my rock pedal, I'm used to my Omega pedal, I'm used to my Destroyer pedal. This would be the one thing I want to carry over to Rock Band 2 and GH4, even if the peripherals were slamming. Even if I left every peripheral back behind that I use right now, I want to take my pedal with me. Pedal's a big thing, okay? Huge mistake. If that is accurate, huge mistake. It's going to be more of a hassle because you guys just can't walk in and say, my pedal's broke, give me a new pedal, okay? Moving on into the last parts of this, let's get on to what I think both of them now need to do. The smartest thing I think that Harmonix has done, and you may agree with me and you may not, but I'm giving you my honest opinion here today. The smartest thing that Ricopolis, Harmonix Sean, and the rest of the Harmonix crew has done is they haven't ran their miles. This is what I mean. I've read several different articles where Activision has been slamming, and sometimes behind the lines, you have to read between the lines to get it, Harmonix. They've thrown out there that their drum set is going to be far superior, that it collapses so it's not like a huge piece of furniture like our competitors. Who else can they be talking about? There's only one other game out there that makes a drum set that's big, being Rock Band. I think they've taken unnecessary digs at Rock Band, and now because Activision has done that, they've got to deliver. If Guitar Heroes 4, if Activision does not deliver out of all of the stuff that they've talked, that's going to kill credibility like that. Because here's what I've read. Their drum set is going to be far more superior than Rock Band's. I've also read that they said that it's not going to break down like Rock Band's. I've also read that their guitar is supposed to feel a whole lot more real and give you real experience, unlike the plastic Fender. These are words actually that I have heard coming out of certain videos that I've read or that I've watched in certain interviews. I think it's bad business to go out there as a first timer. Now let me tell you what I mean. This is the first time that Guitar Hero is going to dive into an arena that's already been tapped. Harmonix has already done this in November of 2007. Okay? Harmonix, in my opinion, started making Rock Band 2 before Rock Band 1 even came out on the market. Okay? So, they're like a little baby coming into this arena. This is the first installment, I'll take that back, the second installment that they're actually going to come out with, that they're not on the heels of Harmonix. If you guys are GH fanboys and you want to hurl things at me for that, I'm sorry. But I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean. They boast that they have all these record companies. But because Harmonix already walked that road, they already got all the rejections from GH1 and GH2. They already got told by the bands that they wanted, and they worked to get all of this. So then when Activision bought out the GH series, they already had everything in a row. Aerosmith already knew about Harmonix. Lenny Kravitz already knew about Harmonix. The Clash already knew about Harmonix and Guitar Hero, so it's easy to come over and say, I want to jump on board. This is the first real game, I believe, that they're not coming on the heels that Activision is doing solely by itself. You're walking into an unknown arena. So I'm just hoping that everything that they've said, they can back up. Switching to Rock Band 2, everybody's been flaming them on the board saying, why don't they say anything? Why don't they come out with this? Why don't they come out with that? I'm going to tell you why. It's all strategic, baby. All strategic. They did exactly what I told you guys they was going to do. They're just sitting back here laughing their butts off, sitting in their offices saying, don't they know how the gaming industry works? I've been a gamer since I was 4. I know how it works. You never lay all your cards out on the table. And that's exactly what Activision has done. They've laid all their cards on the table with trash talk to boot.